All right. Beyond Broadway, an in-depth analysis of musical theater. So before we talk about all the stuff like shows, effects on the world, effects on ourselves, we just have to ask the general question, what is musical theater? So to define it in the most basic terms possible, musical theater is a genre of drama where singing and dancing play a big part. But actually, it's so much more than that. It's a way for people to express themselves, to express their deepest emotions through song and music and dance. It's an outlet for writers, actors, actresses, musicians, and even the audience. There's a reason all kinds of people seek out different musicals. They hold a place in your heart, and they've been doing so for centuries.
Musical theater was not actually started back when the Greeks invented it near 400 BC. They were used in plays and creators with names like Socrates and most notably Shakespeare. They were used for most likely entertainment due to the fact that there wasn't much anything going on, at least entertainment-wise, to keep citizens at their happiest during this time. It became one of the most popular means of entertainment by this time, and the very first musical play was actually The Black Crook, which was used in the foundation for musical theater and was built upon to this day.
So, what makes a show successful? So, there have been many shows throughout the course of history, but most people only know a certain few, and that's because not all of them are successful. But there's certain qualities which contribute to success for a musical, and you can see some of them here. But the biggest thing is the fact that musicals change. They all start with an idea, and that idea grows and changes and adapts over time, and it grows into something that everybody can appreciate. Combining all of these creates an experience for the cast and for the audience. So here you can see some of the most popular shows of all time. The quotes right there are because popular is just such a general term. I could be talking about popular by money, popular by length of running, by audience size, all kinds of stuff. But here, this is just highest grossing shows and the longest running shows. So you can see all of these shows. I bet you've heard of some of them. And you can see that some of them overlap. So sometimes these things can be wildly different, but they both contribute to success, and some shows have multiple means of success.
Musical theaters have such a massive impact on society. You can probably name a few you love, like the ones he just said on the other side. Though popularity for them does differentiate, like he said, money, or the money it earned, the amount of times it's had been run. There's multiple different factors that make up how popular it is today. It has shaped cultures around the world, inspired young actors and actresses to try for new roles, and given people opportunities to play for popularity. As a whole, theater has brought memories for many generations, starting from the 1700s all the way to now.
So I've been doing theater for years. As you can see, that's me right there. I was in Seussical last summer playing Mr. Mayor. It's had a huge impact on my life. I've been doing it for years, and I couldn't imagine my life without it. Every show just gets better and better, and it's like you're building a family by doing these shows, and yeah, each show has helped me become who I am, and I don't know where I'd be without them.
Musical theater didn't actually slow down as what you assume it was. 88% of people who go to theaters actually decided to continue going when COVID had struck. They decided to just split half the theater up so you can have room for COVID precautions and then show double the amount of seats. Though people still showed up during actual streams of theaters, people actually showed up to open house so you could actually see more, but like, it was to where the roofs were actually like gone. So there was actually somehow, I don't know how this happened, but there was less COVID spread during that. The lockdown had been going on for at least a month, but it continued to continue. Excuse me, I'm sorry. It continued to grow faster. Musical theater continues to inspire a multitude of different people in today's life. It has seen the rose in popularity ever since the day it actually started. It has even gone over things like talent shows, film, and cross-musical genres, such as like We Rock You, Rock Ages, or American Idiot. Plus, theater is taught in most English curriculums, whether it's high school or college.
And these are some sources we've gotten, pictures, information, stuff like that. So does anybody have any questions that they would like to ask us?
I have a question. One of your slides mentioned that successful musical theater has an addictive soundtrack and complex lyrics. So I was wondering if you could say more about that, maybe give us an example of a song that is complex that has had such popularity and why you think that is.
Yeah, so like in musicals, I'd say the biggest thing is the music, because it's a musical show, and the most popular shows, like the songs, like each song has a different effect on the person. Like the lyrics, the melodies, everyone has songs that just like connect with them more than others, and that's what makes shows successful. So for some people, it's like subjective. Like I could have a song that I love so much and he could just not stand it, but you know, it's just different depending on the person.
What's your favorite musical? Like,
that's always an extremely hard question to
The Lion King.
answer. Lion King for him. My favorite shows are the ones that I've done because I've like experienced them more than others. I'd say my favorite show is this like underground show called Big Fish. Like there's like a movie called Big Fish and it's musical version of it, and I just love it so much. So yeah.
I have a question. So, what are y'all's opinions on how mainstream musicals have become? With COVID-19, obviously a big example is Hamilton going on Disney+. Do y'all think that adds to the experience of getting musical theater into the community more? Or do you think it kind of puts a damper on the musical theater experience?
For this one, numbers actually went up, so people actually started watching more whenever it was available for Disney+. So, like, going to the actual theater would be much better, honestly. But more people actually generalized to come and watch the plays itself and visit the theaters.
Yeah, I think like with shows like becoming a bigger thing, like it's good for both the shows and the people because they like get to learn about new things that can impact their life. Like some shows have like given people like popularity and like jump-started their career, you know? So, I mean, there's like ways where your favorite show like used to be like your own personal secret, like everyone knows it now, but I'd say it's like generally a good thing for the shows and the people. Any more questions?
how many musicals have you been in? You know?
I've been in, give me a second to think about this. Maybe like 8 or 9, but like I'm gonna try and get into more this coming summer and year. I'm actually doing one in a couple months. I'm not sure which show yet, but I'm gonna be doing one soon.
Do you think you're going to be doing theater as a career in the future?
I mean, I don't know if I'm good enough to make it a career, but it's like definitely something that I can't just take away from my life. Like I'm gonna like continue doing it, and if it turns into something, then that's great. But if it doesn't, then I'll be fine with just having it play a part in my life.
Is there any more questions?
Yes.
A few weeks ago, I saw Hamilton, and I was shocked in a way because this was something that we wouldn't have seen 20 years ago, and I'm thinking, what an amazing impact that musical theater in this case, had on really saying about how America has grown as a society. Having a very diverse cast, having George Washington played by a black guy, having it wrapped out like that. And then the odd choice of subject matter. But can you talk a little bit about how theater tells us who the culture is, its impact on society?
Yeah, I mean, theater is such a broad thing, and it's a thing that can just be so many things at once that it's just unbelievable. Like, the culture behind theater is something that not many things have. Like shows like Hamilton, like shows that like don't seem like a regular thing can become something that everyone just adores. So yeah, I mean, theater is an amazing thing. It can change so many people's lives. It can like have great effects. It can help people be comfortable with who they are and what they stand for.
Okay. And more people, like recently, they've been just trying to get into new stuff. Like society is recently has really changed a lot. So you can see, like you said, a black person playing George Washington. A lot of people, no one, I guess, whenever plays were starting, would actually try something like that. But society's been more like lenient for something like that, or happening. You said rapping happening in the plays, so no one would have actually tried that years ago. I feel like society actually changing has just had an impact on how people view musical theater now.
I was reminded a little bit like Jesus Christ Superstar, as a rock opera in the 60s. It was kind of that, it kind of had that feeling to it. It was something very much in the moment.
Oh yeah.
Those two were so controversial at the time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Musical theater's always like tested boundaries, and that's one of the things that I think most people love about it. Like, it's just something that not many things are, Right. Anything else?
Well, thank you all.
Thank you.